Why, Lyrinth, my dear, it would be an honor to assist you in any way I can.
An honor, yes. Mortals, show Wim the note.
Oh, darling, how good of you to once again grace my fine establishment. And I see that my information proved useful. You found Lyrinth. Another customer, satisfied and content. Now, what can Madam Wim do for you this time? While I have many, many talents, deciphering written codes concocted by fanatical mortals is not among them. Are you sure I can't interest you in something a little more luscious? No? Pity. Very well. I may know someone who can help you. You wound me. I thought we were becoming friends. Talk to Gasmod the Collector. His villa on the west side of town contains quite the accumulation of Dagonic paraphernalia. Something in his collection should help, provided you can catch his eye. You owe absolutely nothing, my darling. Lyrinth agreed to cover your cost for this bit of inside information. Isn't she a dear? Now, do tell Gasmod that we miss them here at the House of Whims. The place hasn't been the same without them. Oh, don't concern yourself with that, dearest one. I never ask for more than a client can afford. There's no profit in that. When you have time, come back and let Madam Wim show you some of the wares that have made her the talk of Oblivion.
Go downstairs and rouse the anchorite. We'll want her with us when we talk to this collector. Meanwhile, I need to conclude our business here.
Conclude our business? How I love the sound of that. It makes me all a twitter.
I'm not here to play games, Wim.
But games are some of my favorite activities, dear Lyrinth. Come, let me show you what the House of Whims has to offer.
Was Madam Wim helpful? Grab a drink and tell me all about it. I know I said I was going to help with the negotiations, but look, I don't want to talk about it. Some things are private, personal. You can't just walk up and demand I tell you my deepest, darkest secrets. Sorry. I agreed to talk about my name, my mask, everything. After you proved yourself, and you've certainly done that. When we first met, you asked about my name. Madam Wim gave it to me. I just arrived in Fargrave, and everything before that exact moment was gone. All I had was this mask. I didn't know who I was or where I came from. Still don't. Just one of Madam Wim's little jokes. Means I'm a recluse, a hermit, living a life of seclusion behind a mask I can't remove. Sometimes it feels like memories are stirring deep inside my mind. When that happens, I need a distraction. Because it feels like there's a war raging inside my skull, a war I can't win. Better to drink or whatever. Push them back down to stop the pain behind my eyes. At least as much as I know. Now, tell me what Madam Wim said. I've heard of the Collector. Has a villa on the west side of the city. Never met them personally, but I assume they're some sort of Daedra. Makes sense considering their influence and where they live. I'll meet you there. I'll I'll finish this and meet you at the Collector's Villa. It's on the west side, in a neighborhood that's strictly Daedric. So be careful, and watch your step until I get there. Where else was I to go? I assumed I awoke in Fargrave for a reason. I stayed to find that reason. And to see if whoever left me here would one day return. Regardless, the city and its people quickly captured my heart, especially the mortals. Another label assigned by Madam Wim. Stay in her orbit long enough and you'll collect a dozen appellations. I can't stand to see anyone go hungry or be taken advantage of. I try to help and don't ask anything in return. Wim sees that as a weakness. Bits and pieces, but when the memories stir, the pain kicks in. If I try to focus on them, actually make sense of them, the mask burns. It hurts me, like it doesn't want me to remember. Someday, I'll look into those blank spaces, but not today.
Time to go, little mortals.
To the Collector's Villa, as soon as I finish my drink.
Go. We will catch up. I want to hear more about the anchorites' missing memories.
Apologies. You damage our reputation. We'd rather feed this body to a flesh Atronach.
this mask. It intrigues. It must become a part of Gazmod's collection.
Friend? Why don't you talk to the Collector?
It tries our patience. This monstrosity will destroy it. It approaches. It dares speak. Will it offer the mask to compensate for such insults? It invokes Madam Wynne, wants what belongs to Gazmod and Gazmod alone. It is presumptuous. Leave our gaze. Gazmod no longer wants to look upon it.
I meant no insult by having my mortal speak to you, Collector. We merely seek to borrow a Daganic codebreaker.
Since you're clearly interested, I'll allow you to examine my mask.
No, the Arox must not leave the gallery. But Gazmod will peer at its mask. This way, mask wearer.
Come, little mortal. We must find the Arox. Perhaps the gallery is beyond that door. The Collector let slip that they have a codebreaker called the Arox. We must find it.
It dares enter our collection. Does it not know we see through many eyes?
An arboretum? This collection is not at all what I imagined. This gallery contains but a single display. See what it is.
I am Arox, the Mutilator, terror of the Deadlands. Release me from this cage and I will grant you a boon, mortal.
The relic is a talking Daedrat? Mortal, release the vermin.
Sweet freedom at long last! Arox, owes you for this kind indulgence. There! You have set Arox free! Free! Arox owes you a debt of honor, and Arox will pay it, no matter how long it takes. You have my word. But pray tell, who do I owe this enormous debt of gratitude to? Question not this pitiable form, mortal, for within it beats the heart of the terror of the Deadlands, the sunderer of the seven skies, and the warrior of the floating wastes. I am Arox the Mutilator! And yes, I currently occupy this Daedric body. Take any codes? Easy as ripping the ears off a banekin. Arox is fluent in the many tongues of the Deadlands. No code can hide its meaning from the Mutilator's eyes. Speaking of eyes, we should leave this place before the Collector looks this way. I have already pledged to honor my debt to you. I will decipher every scroll in the Tower of Lord Dagon's Viscount Scrivener, if that is what you desire. I swear my fealty to you, mortal master. My life and my skills are yours to command. With pleasure, mortal master. Your pack is perfect, Master. And I found the encoded note. I will work on translating it forthwith.
We have a Daedrat. Wonderful. Now let's find the anchorite and depart this place.
As our collection destroys them. It tries. This monstrosity will destroy it. It no longer amuses. Gazmod has grown weary and departs now.
Quickly, through the door and find the anchorite before the Collector returns.
A little help here? That floating sack of eyes wants to make part of their collection. Thanks. Let's get out of here and return to Madam Whims.
Master! Arox has deciphered the note. Daedric troops from Burning Gyre Keep in the Deadlands are preparing to invade Fargrave.
Well done, Rat. Mortal, find out what else the note contains.
That Daedrat talks?
Did you hear what I said, Mortal Master? Volcanos Nokvros prepares to send the most fearsome Daedric troops in all the Deadlands to this Nexus city. The destruction will be glorious! It is addressed to some despicable cur named Sister Seldina. A weak-sounding mortal name if ever I heard one. Why one of Mehrunes Dagon's most powerful warlords, not as powerful as Arox, mind you, would deign to aid a weak-named mortal baffles me. Yes, right. Troops stand ready at Burning Gyre Keep. Send word when Fargrave's defenses fall, and the invasion will begin. Dremora blades will take the city, not your incarnates. That is every word, Mortal Master. Let us make...
An excellent idea, Mortal. Use the Plaza of Portals to reach the Deadlands. We'll rendezvous at Burning Gyre Keep.
Off we go!
place smells wonderful, Master. Like weapons after a battle.
What in oblivion was that?
Great power was just unleashed inside the keep. Hurry, mortals. We must see what's going on inside.
Power of an incarnate, Knockfrog. Your Daedra will reform. Eventually.
I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
You put too much faith in these abominations, Santina.
With the Riven Cataclysm, Fargrave will fall. And then, Nerve.
They chased you up the Fargrave once. How many more failures must you endure, Santina?
Careful, Knockbras, or perhaps I'll point my
hope you're
incarnate
watching.
in your direction.
A blade-bearer weapon. Here, examine it, mortal. It is the blade-bearer's crest. This is not their fortress. Why would that broken sword be here?
My sense of food. Seldina. You failed. Again!
You see failure, I see opportunity. Let's head to the Riven Cataclysm. I have a legion of incarnates to create.
We should leave too. Quickly, mortals, into the portal.
Glorious victory! Aarox the Mutilator must furiously to celebrate!
Sister Seldina. Twice now, you helped me stop her from harming Fargrave and its people. Thanks for that. I'm not sure why Lyrinth chose us, or what she really cares about in all this. But as long as the cult threatens my city, I'll stand by you. Yeah, I heard. I may not remember who I am or where I came from, but I found a purpose in Fargrave. That's what keeps me going. Protecting the city and its people.
We stopped Seldina's ritual and forced her to retreat to Burning Gyre Keep. There, instead of allowing her to summon Nokraz's promised army, we defeated her incarnate. Now she's on the run, back to her Riven Cataclysm. That device intrigues me. And do not forget that Nirn is her ultimate target, little mortal. She plans to use Fargrave to sacrifice your realm to Dagon. But Seldina figured out a way to change the very nature of a Daedra. Truly change it. That bears further investigation. A question I must ponder. There are few places I can think of to hide such a device. None of them pleasant. And there are the Blade Bearers to consider. Why was their sword in the keep? For now, take this as a reward. That is the mortal custom, yes? Are you ready to resume our hunt for the Riven Cataclysm, little mortal? I assumed you'd want time to sample Madame or the splendors of Fargrave. No? Very well. Let us go before more incarnates are unleashed upon the city. You are not wrong in your summation. But we are not without avenues to explore. Remember the broken sword hilt you found at Burning Gyre Keep? It carries the mark of the Blade Bearers clan. The Blade Bearers are a Dromora clan who forged their own path. They have no allegiance to Mehrunes Dagon, so I find it curious that their crest was found on a broken sword in the keep. I want to determine their involvement. With your aid, of course. The Blade Bearers are nomads, but we should find them at a settlement called Wretched Spire. That's in the Sever region of the Deadlands. We must talk to their kinreeve, Rincaius. I will meet you there. And bring Aarox. We may have a use for him. Rincaius is a kinreeve of the Blade Bearers, a clan of nomadic Dromora who bow to no prince. Like the rest of his clan, he is fierce but values honor. He takes pride in his martial skills and the status of his kin. Mortals hold no interest for him. Friends? Hardly. That is a mortal concept. If I understand the idea, it implies affection, vulnerability, That you would attribute such an affiliation to Dremora is amusing. But I have known Rincaius for a long time. We have never been at odds. The Deadlands belong to Mehrunes Dagon, but places exist where his minions rarely go. Wretched Spire stands as a refuge of sorts, a settlement where Dremora without clans and escaped mortal slaves can eke out a meager existence, hence the name. As I said, the Blade Bearers are nomads who do not pledge allegiance to Dagon. As such, they roost in places that aren't under the Prince's direct control. Wretched Spire is one such location. Rincaius' clan can usually be found there this cycle. He might be able to explain how his Blade Bearers came to be at Burning Gyre Keep. If Rincaius knows more about the Waking Flame's activity in the Deadlands than we do, perhaps he can tell us where Sister Saldina and her device are hiding. Then either Rincaius knows about the involvement of his kin, or he does not. If he knows, then he is an enemy, and we may learn something by questioning him. If he does not know, then he is a potential ally, and a powerful one. The Deadlands belong to Mehrunes Dagon, but places exist where his minions rarely go. Wretched Spire stands as a refuge of sorts, a settlement where Dremora without clans and escaped mortal slaves can eke out a meager existence, hence the name. As I said, the Blade Bearers are nomads who do not pledge allegiance to Dagon. As such, they roost in places that aren't under the Prince's direct control. Wretched Spire is one such location. Rincaius' clan can usually be found there this cycle.
You are unlikely to find any of Mehrunes Dagon's servants in Wretched Spire, Master. Long ago, the Prince of Destruction commanded that no Daedra among his legions should look upon that place, or even speak of it. He was quite insistent. Never heard of him, but I do not trust him. I will watch him closely, Master. Sniff out his intentions. I have a keen sense of smell in this otherwise pathetic form. I'd prefer to be huge and powerful again, of course, but this form has some uses. I do not know. Lord Dagon wasn't in the habit of explaining his commandments. I heard the entire town was dropped into the Deadlands from someplace else. But I was never curious enough to investigate further. Sorry to have failed you, Master.
Our work is only beginning, mortal. These incarnates threaten not only Fargrave, but your world as well.
Let's ride!
I see the last of the fool killers still consorts with mortals.
And I see a blade bearer who could use a new perspective.
You travel a strange path, Lyranth. I won't ally with kin such as you.
I was not offering an alliance. Mortals, speak to Rinkias. Tell him about burning Gyre Keep.
Mortals in the Deadlands exist only at Mehrunes Dagon's sufferance. They grovel in his cult, toil as his slaves, or skulk and hide in places such as this, in the hope he will forget about them. Which are you? And why do you seek the Blade Bearers? No Blade Bearer would willingly enter a fortress loyal to Lord Dagon. I'm in search of my clan members who disappeared, however. You say you found one of our swords at Burning Gyre Keep. Tell me, what do you know of the Order of the Waking Flame? audacious plan. Mehrunes Dagon has swallowed mortal realms before, or at least a portion of them, such as this settlement you see before you. You are fortunate that their plan failed. What brings you to the Deadlands now? Vengeance? If Dagon's servants struck down my kin to protect this device, I will punish them. But first, they must be found. My scouts followed rumors to Xynoes's jail and Jin's foundry before they vanished. I will begin there. You may accompany me. Jind is a Dremora kin marcher. She studies relics and devices. Xynoes is Zivilai. He studies pain. They are both subordinates of Valkanaz Novkroz, who you say you encountered at Burning Gyre Keep. When Dagon's purposes interfere with our own, we gladly fight his minions. Prince Dagon knows this and welcomes it. We have met the Valkanaz in battle before. This business of mortal secrets and missing Dremora is new, however. The Blade Bearers come to Wretched Spire every cycle. It provides a place to plot our next campaign against rival clans. When one of our war parties never arrived, I dispatched scouts to find it. They made one report. Then they too disappeared. Kinmarcher Jind oversees a foundry in the Sever, not far from Wretched Spire. Xynoes is a master of a jail in the Burn, a place of suffering. My scouts reported that both seek information about mortal dealings, each in their own way. It is unusual to high-ranking lieutenants of Valkanaz Novkroz to suddenly concern themselves with mortals, yes. Novkroz has nothing but contempt for your kind. Is that all? I grow impatient. When Dagon's purposes interfere with our own, we gladly fight his minions. Prince Dagon knows this and welcomes it. We have met the Valkanaz in battle before. This business of mortal secrets and missing Dremora is new, however. The Blade Bearers come to Wretched Spire every cycle. It provides a place to plot our next campaign against rival clans. When one of our war parties never arrived, then they too disappeared. Ika, Drozu, stay vigilant. It's possible our clanmates will return while I am gone. Surprising, but acceptable. I expected you to be killed on your way here. Perhaps you are more capable than you appear. This is the Foundry of Jind, kin marcher under Valkanaz Novkroz. Here she supervises Dremora who study and devise things of interest to the Valkanaz. Look for strange devices or documents about mortal machines in Jind's foundry. I will search for signs of my blade bearers and question any churls I find. There is a ritual site to the north. Meet me there when you finish searching the foundry. That would be an inefficient use of my time and abilities. Do not expect me to guard you, mortal, but if you die, as mortals are prone to do, I shall inform Lyrinth, at my convenience. I've had few dealings with Kinmarcher Jind, but I have reservations about any Dremora who dabbles in mortal inventions. It is an unseemly habit. Dislike? One must be familiar with something to dislike it. I am unfamiliar with your kind and not especially curious. You are simply unimportant. I mean no insult. I'm sure you are very important to you, as far as mortals are concerned. Comfort is not a concept I give much thought to. It is something mortals seek, to protect them from fears and cares. Or so I have heard. Dremora know little of fear, so the relative merits of being comfortable or uncomfortable are meaningless. I will only wait for a brief period at the ritual site after I complete my own investigations. Search quickly if you wish to compare notes.
That Rinkias doesn't know what to make of you, Master. He seems like the suspicious type. Strange drawing, Master. Does Jind intend to construct this thing?
Don't like your odds.
sinned? And Nokfroz? Arrogant. Why does she need so many Dremora?
But now I'm going to.
To run away? Well, no, I guess they wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
There it is. Touch it, and you hear the victim's last thoughts. Enemies make the best death stones.
I knew that lying Kin Marcher wouldn't release me, even if I did translate the note stolen from Sister Selena. Nokfroz thinks he can make his own catalyst. Let them kill me. He'll never match Sister Seldena's brilliance.
Ah, Nokfroz seeks to undermine the mortal Seldina. Two factions vying for Lord Dagon's favor. Let us hope for rivers of blood.
would slice your flesh to ribbons. You are sturdier than you appear. Mortals have too many expressions. Your face tells me nothing. Did you find anything at the foundry, or did you fail at your task? For what purpose? Prince Dagon commanded Valknaz Novkroz and his subordinates to assist the mortals of his waking flame cult. Or so I heard. If the mortals devised a tool for the prince's use, why would the Valknaz need one of his own? This reeks of mortal lies and trickery. Mortals do not enslave kin. And yet, I found signs left by my blade bearers. Kin of many clans gathered here before they were taken somewhere else. Yes. Kin are not to be used by mortals. The very thought offends me. I must find signs of my missing clanmates. Meet me near the jail of Xanawaz. The area features many deep ravines. Do not fall into one and die. You are not a blade bearer. You have no means to perceive the secret symbols of my kin. We are of oblivion, made of its substance. It is a simple thing to leave an impression that others of our clan can sense. We are blade bearers. All the kin of my clan are pact-bound one to another. The clan pact unites us in purpose, attunes us to each other. I know my kin, and can see what they wish me to see, others cannot. It is a connection that can never be broken. The clan pact shapes us. It defines our essential nature. Blade Bearer is not an allegiance, it is what I am, what I ever will be. Should this form be destroyed, I will respawn in a new body. But the clan pact remains. We do not die, mortal. We will investigate the Zivilai, Xanawaz. I will meet you there, if you survive the journey.
hope we find something interesting.